Hello there and welcome to Lufax. We start on our first video in our series of videos on responsive web design. Our first video is going to talk about analyzing before you start working, because a lot of people make that error. Like in newbies, you just get a mock-up, or you get a mock-up directly. He's into his environment of development, he or she is into his environment of development and trying to reproduce that mock-up. Definitely you're going to hit on a wall because you do not understand exactly what you're trying to reproduce. So for newbies, I always tell them to take your time and analyze so that you see every element that goes into what you're trying to do. So I always say people, I'll do my analysis at the level of desktop, but I'll start coding from mobile, because when looking at this mock-up, what we have in front of us right now, you see that this menu here, you don't see it on the mobile. Why? It has been replaced with this hamburger button. So if you analyze at the level of the mobile mockup, you're not going to see this. That's why you have to analyze from desktop but start coding from mobile, because it's easier to start from mobile and go up than starting from desktop and coming down. That's my own take on it. So let's dive into Gym here. I've done something already in Gym. I took time to do it because it's actually time consuming. So when analyzing, the first thing is you identify the different sections. So I've identified the first section. You could say, oh, this is another section, and okay, you do, oh, this is another section. So you're going to work on it and so forth. Okay, you have a section down there. So, but what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is you identify the different sections. After you have identified them, you go into it and detailedly identify each element. So first thing is I have a section depending on on the mockup you're working at, because certain mockups that are going to be different. That's why you always have to work with the mockup, because first thing is I say, oh, I have a section like this because it's per this mockup. I'm seeing this background color is the same here at this level. At some cases you might have to just cut here. The menu is independent and the hero view is on its own. So I've put the two together just for demonstration purposes. So I have the section here like this. Here I have my menu, my navigation. After my navigation, I have my hero view content. When I look at the hero view content, I see there's some text on the left, an image on the right. So how do I do to have this? How is it possible? So that's what I'm thinking. Now I know that with Flexbox, because I said we're going to be using Flexbox, I can have two things side by side. So I have a parent element here. I put this in a box, knowing that it's going to be a parent to everything that is here on the left, and this on the right is going to be there. It can just be the image. Same thing here at the menu here. I have the logo. Then I have this stuff on the left, which is a navigation, because when I look onto the mobile view, I'm seeing that this navigation is replaced with the hamburger button. So everything here, I put it inside one parent element. Then the menu items themselves, another parent element. These social media icons definitely will get their own parent element. And I will continue like that and even identify each menu item like that. I think you get where I'm driving to. So I have to identify each element until I get that finite element. We see here at the left here, we have a heading. You see here, we have a heading. After the heading, we have a paragraph. So I'm identifying each element. I have two buttons side by side. How will I do for these buttons to be side by side? I might decide to give them a parent element here so that I can easily move the two of them together, because I'm seeing here on mobile that see the same side by side. So I just give them a parent element. So after identifying each of this element, I know that each block or each rectangle here is going to be an HTML element. I know that in the back of my head before I go into writing code. So at the level, when I reach into my Visual Studio, because I use Visual Studio, I'm going to try to start representing it on mobile first, because as I said, it's easier to start from mobile. That's per my experience. It's easier to start from mobile and go up than starting from desktop and come down. Okay, that's what I have for us for this video on analysis. On the next video, we are going to start jumping into Visual Studio and start with code. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Hey, before ciao, if you have any question, leave it at the comment section. I'll try my best to respond. Ciao, ciao, ciao. See you in the next video.